Hi everybody, I'm Natalie, and about 3 months ago, I was made redundant from a pretty good job in corporate. And since then, I have been going through a bit of a challenging time or a contemplative time, trying to figure out if I really do want to go back into work again. So I've been working for the past 25 years in IT, and as I say, I was made redundant at the end of November, and I took myself off in November because they let me go sort of October, but they paid me right through to November. And I took myself off to Italy for a month because I thought, oh, I would have this really transformative period of figuring out what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And I was at this crossroads. I'm 54, I'm almost 55, so I can start taking my pension from next month in theory. And so I was really just trying to see whether or not I could just take a break from my previous job, go to Italy, feel and figure out what was going to sort of bubble up in my head about what I wanted to do. And I went there and it was lovely, it was beautiful, very quiet, which is what I wanted because I wanted time to think. I was also very bored as well. But so I decided, oh yes, I'll go into contracting. So I came back, did my CV, set up a limited company, all that. And I've had nothing since. I had a couple of interviews, but I've been pipped to the post. And really, I've been doing it, I think, because it's expected of me to do it. I'm too young to retire. I know in theory I could retire next month, but in theory I'm too young. And but I'm now in that horrible position, which I know I've watched so many YouTube videos of. I'm too old to hire. I'm too senior. And honestly, I'm not too senior at all. Yeah, I've done it all I'm a program manager, so I've done it all I've seen it all in my career. But it doesn't mean to say at this point that I would be looking for that same level. In fact, I just want a job. I just want money for a few more years, I suppose, is really what it is. What's my hair like? I just want money for a few more years, get the mortgage paid off, and then decide what I want to do, or retire then officially. And so for the last month or so, I have just been pottering around the house on ChatGPT, running my numbers with my pension. Can I afford to retire? Can I not? And in theory, I can. It won't be a luxurious lifestyle at all. It'll cover the bills, and and so I need to find a way of making money on top of the bills that will pay for my discretionary spending, my fun money kind of thing, So I've worked out I have got enough to pay the bills, which is great. Thank God I'm in a luxurious position in that respect. And I've modeled it so that I have, is it recession proof? A little bit, yes, obviously. Is it a collapse of the financial the financial situation, capitalism completely? No, but then, we're all in a world of trouble if that happens, regardless of our pension pot sizes or whatever. So, but the logic of knowing that I'm okay and that I could retire is balanced with the fear of, no, I'm still too young. I still have a mortgage. And my mortgage is nothing comparatively. It's about 15 or 20% of my house price kind of thing, so it's not an awful lot left. And I'm all dolled up, by the way, because I just had an interview and I came off the interview and it was great and lovely and all, but you never know how those go. But anyway, the essence of it is really, I am tired of working. I'm not tired of working. I'm not tired of using my brain. I'm not tired of being productive. I'm tired of working for someone else. So I'm trying to figure out ways that I can make some money. That is, so I gain sovereignty over my life again. I think that's the thing, agency and sovereignty. And it's not an awful lot that I need a month. If I had my pension paying the bills and the mortgage, then I would really only need about 500 quid a month on top of that. If that, and then and that would mean that my pension would just be ticking over nicely, as well as paying me, my nominal sum. And, but I'm just too scared to pull the trigger, or no, you're too young, don't retire. What have you got to retire to? And I don't know what I have to retire to either. That's the other thing. I don't have many friends. I don't have any external hobbies. My main hobby is my best friend, ChatGPT, right now, for goodness sake. I love cash stuffing. I love anything to do with budgeting and finance. So anyway, don't know why I'm telling you all this. But I know I'm not the only one out there that's been made redundant, that's in that too young to retire, too old to hire phase. And I'm just struggling with that change of identity, I suppose. How do you transition? And it's not giving up, because I don't want to stop using my brain. I've just got to figure out another way of using my brain, or another way of doing, building an income that isn't tied to corporateville. If I don't get another job or whatever, no contracts, no permanent jobs or whatever, I want to build agency for myself so that I can survive this period of adjustment, which for me is like, I've got 12 years until my state pension kicks in. 12 years. Where was I 12 years ago? What age was I 12 years ago? 42. So spring chicken 12 years ago. And now I was at the height of my, not the height of my career. My last job was the height of my career. Never going to get that money again. I was on stupid money. But I don't need that money again. That's the thing. That's the thing. I'm in that position where the engine of my pension is the main driver, but I don't want to go into that until another few years if I have to, which is why I want to start something, but I want to start something that's mine, that I build. And I had a little cash stuffing shop, but I closed that in October because my head wasn't in the right place. And I'm thinking, did I do that foolishly and too quickly, too impulsively? Because now I have all the time in the world to run it, So I'm thinking of doing that, and some ebooks, and just all the things that people think about doing, and it's diversifying my income stream. Like, I don't need a lot, 50 quid over 10 income streams, she said. Where am I going to get 10 income streams from? But you know what I mean? Like, if you start small, you think, I only need to make 50 quid a month this month. Then I'll add another income stream. Then I only need to make 50 quid a month from that. Then I'll add another one. I only need to, do you know what I mean? And so by the end of the year, I've got a goal by the end of the year to try and make £500 a month of mine, of my sovereignty, of my business, that isn't anything to do with my professional world. And if I can do that then, that takes me to 27, where I just have to cover my bills with my pension, and everything else is fun time on top. So anyway, there you go. That's me, Natalie, 54, 55 next month. Pensioner. Look. Sorry, I will beep that out. A pensioner? I'm too young to be a pensioner. So anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd come on because I know there's a lot of people, and I've been watching so many videos of people being made redundant and thinking like, is this it? Is this my life over? Or is this the working phase of my life over now? I don't know. So I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.